Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Final Lap Twin. Final Lap Twin is well, you can see right here from the demo mode, it's a racing game. But it's also a role-playing game. And this game was requested of me by my friend, the Retro Queen Gamer. It was released in 1990 for the TurboGrafx 16 or the PC Engine, depending on, what region of the world you were in. And it was developed and published by Namco, although in North America it was published by NEC. So originally I thought I would just do this as a one-off video, but I had fun playing it. I was finally able to beat it, and I decided we were going to give it a full playthrough. Now you can see here we got one-player mode, two-player mode, but down here at the very bottom, we have Quest. Now, if we wanted to, we could continue a quest, but we need a password to do that. So we're going to start our quest. Now, we have to name our character. Now, if you know me, I always name my characters Max. Now, what I really want to do is name our character Max Speed, sort of a pun, but also sort of inspired by the Speed Racer cartoon. But we don't have room to write Max Speed, so we're just going to be Max. Hello, Max. Listen to me carefully. I've taught you everything. Now it's time to prove yourself. Max, first you must face the local champions. Let's start with local champ Big Mick. Don't forget, Max, you have to drive with spirit. If you have any problems, come back. I will always be ready to give you advice. Take my car and drive it well. Go, Max. You must become the world champion. Max, use the code above to restart. Okay? So that's our father. He is sort of our save point. He gives us a password, you can see right there at the top of the screen is the password, that will allow us to continue our adventure from whenever we last talked to him. So those of you following at home, if for any reason you feel like, jumping in and playing, you can use these passwords. Here's 500, son. Alright, so now we're in the first town. Now, this is not a very big town, but all these little houses here we can go into and talk to people. You can refuel at any practice track. Every town has one. Now what he's talking about is this building down here. Welcome to the practice track. Do you need fuel? Well, it costs 100. Now fuel is actually just for our turbo. I'll explain that in a little while. But anytime we come here, we can get our turbo refilled for 100. You can test drive one lap for free. Now, I'm not going to test drive any of the laps, but when you're first playing it, starting out, this is probably a good idea, is to go here and try the laps a few times to get used to them. Come back anytime. Let's check out some of these other houses. Welcome to Etroit. Let me see you race. Ha ha ha. Now, every city, every town we're going to visit is named after real-world towns and cities. I think most of them are famous for their racing. Big Mick is a hard-working racer. He's now driving on the racetrack south of here. So now we know where he is. Big Mick is the local champ. Well, nothing new there, we knew that. An improved car body helps avoid challenge races. Well, maybe it's time to start explaining that. But first, custom parts are available at any parts shop. So, we hit the 1 button here. We can bring up our menu. Now right now, map and warp don't mean anything to us, but status does. There's our name and how much money we have. And that's how many of these special parts we have. Over the course of the game, I think we're going to find 6 of them. And we need to collect all of them before we can take on the world champion. But over here on the right, we have our car. And we have our body, we have the slug body. The body of your car affects your chances of avoiding a random encounter. When we get out onto the world map, as we walk around, we'll get challenged by racers. The better the body we have, the better our chances of saying no to that race. Now, fuel is our turbo. Right now we have the standard fuel. That gives us a turbo of 12. Tires increase our grip. Now this will be better traction and control on the racetracks. We're using Dad's tire. Our motor is our speed. And we have Pop's motor. The higher our speed, the higher our top speed will be when we race. Now the wing increases our flight, and we have the 777 wing. This reduces our drag and allows us to get to our top speed more quickly. At the very least, that's what I'm assuming. And mode down here is an interesting thing. We can switch between race mode and auto mode. So anytime we do have to go and race, if we're in race mode, we manually control the car. If we set it to auto, the game will control it itself. And depending on how well souped up your car is, you can get through a lot of races just going into auto mode. But for the time being, we're going to keep it in race mode. And this building right here is our first parts shop. Do you need any custom parts? Oh yeah, we do. And the first thing I want is the GP tire. Now, my experience has been the better your grip compared to your speed, the better your car is going to handle. So what I like to do is try to have our grip higher than our speed. So right now we have a grip of 11. And we're going to sell Dad's tire, because we don't need it anymore. We cannot afford anything else. So we're going to go out and take a look at the world. Alright, so here's our overmap. Now these roads lead us around to different areas, and as we're walking around, there's a chance we'll be challenged. Now, buildings like this over here, we can go into and talk to somebody and get clues and hints. Select auto mode to sit and watch, but real pros should choose race mode. Well, that's what we have right now, race mode. Hey kid, I'm Tank Jones. This is my turf, punk. You want to race? Well, since we have a slug body, if we say no, chances are he's going to make us race him anyways. Let's see. But I insist. Alright, so he is on the figure 8 track here, as you can see looking at the top. Now we're the green car on the top, and he is the more purple car on the bottom. And as we go around this track, we're going to want to avoid staying out of the dirt, because that will drag us down, if not stop us flat out. But we also want to keep our eyes open for these ramps. These ramps will give us a boost of speed, and they're important, because more often than not, that will keep us ahead of the competition. As you can see, Tank here has a much higher top speed than us, but it doesn't look like he handles the curves very well. Or he had a higher top speed than us, he was probably just using his turbo. I won, Dad! And we got $700 for winning that race. Now, if we lose the race, it's not so bad, because we'll just get sent back to town where our father was. Max, I'm Red Smith. I can beat you. Do you want to race? Well, let's try saying no. But I insist. Alright, he also races on the figure 8 track. Different racers will have different tracks. Different racers also have different stats. Oh, I missed that ramp. Like some racers will have a higher top speed, some will handle better, some will have more turbo, and so forth. I don't know if we're going to beat him. Maybe if I can hit more ramps. I could also boost at some point. If I hit up on the direction pad, we'll get a boost of speed, depending on how much turbo we have. You see we got 2 blips of turbo. He has none. Alright, let's... I tried to boost, but it was too little too late. What? I lost. Welcome home, Max. You'll be the world champ someday. Keep trying, son. Here's 300. So you see, failing a race isn't too bad because Pops is still going to give us some money. And we get to keep the money that we have. So let's go buy a new part. Yes, let's buy the Doubling. And that's all we can afford right now. Our flight jumps to 29, so really worth it. Let's sell the 777 wing. And you may have noticed that our turbo dropped down to 3. That's because we used up most of our fuel. So we're going to come here and refuel. Now we are not going to test drive, thank you. Now I was traveling over here into these woods. Uh-oh, it's Stingy Sam. Now Stingy Sam we're just going to say yes to. He is on the circle track. Once again, we want to keep our eyes open for ramps. There's one. I think the ramps here are left, right, then after we get around this corner, well, this corner is right, left, left. There's one, but I missed it. Didn't miss that one, though. Stingy is still right on our heels. But as long as I don't screw up, we should be just fine. Dad, I won the race! We got 600 for it. So I wanted to go up to this little clearing because sometimes, if you search, Max looked around, found a lizard, but it ran away. Sometimes you'll find things. Now, I've only ever found anything in the overworld like this. Now, that lizard was nothing, but sometimes you'll find special stuff. Alright, it's Kid Quick. I finally found you. Let's race, Max. I won't let you go. Let's race. Alright, he is also on the circle track. And if you remember, our first ramp is down over here. So we're going to try to hit that. Yes. The next ramp is over there. And he's doing a real good job of keeping up with us. It looks like his top speed is quite a bit better than ours. But he may have just been using turbo. We get 700 for beating him. Hey kid, Dr. Watts can make your car lightweight. Good news, huh? Well, Dr. Light, or Dr. White, right, is somebody we'll find much later in the game. Alright, Stingy. No, we don't want to race you. But he insists. Now this is alright, because this is a good chance for us to build up more money. It also gives us time to practice, because this circle track is going to be the first one our first champ is using. So we can practice and get used to the way it feels. Alright, the final ramp is on this side. There we go. Now we're going to go up this way and cross this bridge. Etroit is Whirl Island. Twin Island with the beautiful twins are to the north. Now, the first time I played this, I had all kinds of trouble with the local champ. So what I did was I kind of... What's a good... Forced my way to the next town. And I bought all the best parts they had. But we're going to try to make do with the best parts that are available here. Which means we're going to have to go home to buy everything. Oh, he's getting ahead of us. Put a little pepper on there. Alright, well, if I go to the right there, if I go east, we'll start heading towards the next town. But it's a bit of a trip. So we're just going to head south back to our town. Good chance we're going to get into another race. New. Well, he insists. We're not getting very far with the body that we have. Honestly, more often than not, even with really good bodies, the racers make you race. It is a racing game after all. But some of these racers get real tough. And when you're trying to move from town to town, and you lose one race, and you get sent all the way back, that gets annoying real quick. That's a little too far. Ah, he's gonna beat us. Oop, nope. I thought for sure he was gonna get us. Dad, I won the race! Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is buy a motor. Now we're going to buy the Buzz motor, because I think the Din motor is a little too fast for our GP tires to handle. Now we are also going to buy Bob's body. This should give us a little bit of a better chance of saying no to some of the races. Let's sell Pop's motor. And let's sell the Slug body. And what we're going to do is we're going to buy the normal fuel. But we're not going to equip the normal fuel. We're going to keep using the standard fuel. But we are going to fuel up both fuel tanks. Now, the reason I'm doing that is so that way I can use the standard fuel for the random encounters, and I will save the normal fuel for when we get to the Champions Racetrack. Alright, Fast Frank. No, we don't want to race. But he still insists, and he's got the figure 8 track. Now, is the first ramp in the middle, or is it off to the right? No, it's off to the left. Oof, he blew ahead of us. Now, I might be able to catch up with him if I can hit some of these ramps nicely. More likely, I'm going to have to use some boost to catch up with him. There we go. Ah, nuts. No, I'm not doing good. Unfortunately, this means we have to refuel. And we're going to try again. Now, I tend to stay towards the roads. I think the random counters are a little lowered that way, but I don't know if that for a fact. Ah, so this time he said okay. He's not going to force us to race. Mick owns a transport box. I've heard it's very useful. The transport box is very important. Alright, kid, quick. I'd rather not race you, actually. The transport box is what will allow us to warp. When we have that, we can instantly warp to any town that we've already been to. Now, it's still a little challenging to get from town to town, but if we have that box, it will save us some trouble. A little boost to get ahead of them. And we made it. Now we're going to leave all those farm fields alone. Uh-oh, it's Guido. No, Guido, we don't want to race. Alright, well, Guido here also races on the figure 8 track. Now, if I remember correctly, Guido's on the fast side. But he doesn't handle the turns well. Kind of like me, he doesn't handle the turns well. So as long as I don't screw up, we should be able to stay ahead of him no problem. Although he is very fast on the straightaways. And there we go. Now that there is the racetrack. And what I'm going to do is put on the normal fuel. So now we're going to have 16 fuel during this race. Hey you, I'm the defending local champ, Big Mick. Max, it's a 3-lap race. Let's go. If you beat me, I'll give you my secret part. Alright, so this is a little different than the other races. One is that it's 3 laps instead of just 1. The other is that there is more than one car. Although the truth is, the only car we have to worry about is Big Mick's. Now, Big Mick has already blown way ahead of us, but he's used up pretty much all of his fuel. And I still have a little bit left. Now, he's not going to screw up, not really. So what I'm going to have to do is just carefully use my fuel and the boosts to catch up to him. And that's easier said than done. But we're not too far behind him. Now I'll be very happy if I can get this race in one go, but that's probably wishful thinking. That should be him right in front of us. Alright, we're starting to overtake him. What I'm going to try to do is save what little turbo I have left and try to overtake him during the last straightaway. So right now we're ahead of him. And if I can do this without screwing up too bad, we're going to be fine. Alright, I think we got it. Woohoo! You beat me. I guess I'm not fast enough. Here's my secret part as promised. Every local champ has one. Take my transport box with you. Good luck. I'll see you at the World Championship race. I'll beat you next time, Max. So we won. We pulled it off. And for our troubles, we can now warp. Now we've only got one town to visit, but we might as well warp there. And I'm going to refuel. No, we're not going to test drive. But I will equip the standard fuel. And you can see right there we got one special port and we have the warp device. And I'm going to go visit Dad so we can get our password. Nice going, son. Here's your secret code. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode. But when we get back together next time, we're going to pick up from here and start making our way to the second city. See you then.